Today on Take Away Weekly, I talk about the auto upload photo feature available through programs like Dropbox, Facebook, and many others. Is it a privacy violation or an accident waiting to happen? This episode of TQA Weekly is brought to you by ProXPN. ProXPN is a virtual private network that allows you to use the internet the way it should be, anonymously and without oversight. For 20% off your new account, go to proxpn.com/podcast and use the coupon code TQAWEE. This is TQA Weekly. I'm the host, Steve Smith, aka Zed Axis. If ever you have any questions, comments, suggestions, and or stories related to today's topic, you can always email me at ask@tqaweekly.com, use my website, tqaweekly.com, and use the contact form, or go and use the comments box on this page if you're already watching on a video website. Of course, the show notes for today's episode are going to be at tqaweekly.com/SE3EP41. Most people have smartphones and feature phones and a number of awesome applications and features. These include cloud drives and social networking. One of the most valuable and dangerous features of these applications is the ability to auto-upload. Today, we analyze this new trend. Every single application designer is pushed to copy features of other applications and add functionality beyond similar applications. This is what we actually see today in Google Play Store, in the iTunes Store, and a whole bunch of other places like the Windows Phone Store. This leads to new and cooler kinds of features in a kind of features arm race for applications that traditionally offered a few extremely useful features in their applications, now featuring hundreds of pointless features and actually basically making them overbloated and overly complicated to use, gobbling too much power and, by the way, privileges, which is one of the most unique problems we have of today. This leads to a few unique key issues that when it comes to applications being designed in a fashion that does not necessarily ask permission or first, or in a way clearly first, and just says sorry after, like Facebook, who's actually used to saying sorry as opposed to asking permission before. So Facebook and Dropbox and other applications have an auto upload feature for photos and other documents, and those interested could actually turn this on. So you get to turn them on. What it doesn't necessarily ask is it allowed to upload a picture with GPS information intact? Is it allowed to upload the picture over Wi-Fi only or cellular data, and so on and so forth? Even though you can disable or enable the entirety of the feature as a whole, do you necessarily know that you can turn off specific sets of the feature during that specific session? Basically, I'm referring to the fact you can upload over Wi-Fi, whether you're at home, in a public cafe or airport or your friend's house. Yeah, we'll deal with the VPN part for the public places at the end of the show. That, however, is not actually the danger. It's not only a bandwidth issue. The true issue is privacy. What happens to these photos when they are uploaded without the metadata being sanitized, without the GPS of the photo application being turned off, and date features and time features being disabled so that nobody can pin this picture to a specific time in history? Knowing about the EXIF data of your actual picture is actually an important thing you have to remember. Sanitizing it is important. You can refer to last week's episode for that. There is a link at the bottom for last week's episode of today's show notes. So we all know who Big Brother is, whether it's called NSA, whether it's called the French government, whether it's called the Canadian government, or any other international government around the world. Somebody is watching us. A large number of governments and government groups could potentially be getting your information simultaneously to the contents of all your accounts. If the contents of your cloud of accounts included messages and address of photos with global positioning information, this could be potentially dangerous for you, as you can become a suspect to a crime you haven't done because the information of that can be used as a way of saying that you were at least in proximity, therefore probable cause could be applied to you. This is something that has legal repercussions on you stemming to something you supposedly did even though you did not. Not to mention that in the United States, it is a federal crime to be counter to websites' terms of services. By the way, just a fun fact, it is possible to turn on Facebook's auto upload feature, leave GPS intact, upload a kinky picture of your loved one by accident and be counter to their community standards, therefore getting a warning. So you may actually want to think about what you're going to do with your favorite phone at this point. These kinds of pictures often get removed, they can get you banned, and it can be used against you by governments, since, at least in the United States, tell me what you think about or what you know about your country. In the United States, it's actually a federal crime to be against the terms of service of the website. Who knew? What can I do to prevent all this? Steve, who talks in podcasts. Well, the easiest set of solutions to avoid this is to turn off the auto upload feature, sanitize photos, refer to the previous episode for tips on that, and encrypt anything locally before uploading it and compromising your private life by accident. Else, melt down any drives it came from to remove evidence if need be. Of course, that's an extreme overreaction. You can always use DBAN. So basically, what does that mean? These, our friends, are really screwing up our private lives. We have to turn off GPS, don't auto upload, and remember to stay well aware of everything you do in front of Big Brother and every other government around the world. Next week, I'll be talking about Do Not Track, the Do Not Track headers. How it can be used, how can it be applied to websites, why it's not ready for prime time just yet. Now more than ever, your online freedom and privacy are under threat. Governments and ISPs want to control what you can or cannot see while keeping a record of everything you do. Plus, that free Wi-Fi that I referenced to at the coffee house and the airport terminal is putting you at risk because your passwords and sensitive data can be intercepted more easily than you might think. This including your pictures. ProXPN is a global VPN, virtual private network, that works with almost any internet connection. It creates a secure, encrypted tunnel through which all your online data passes back and forth. Any online application can work with ProXPN, including your web browser, email, file sharing, and instant messaging programs. ProXPN keeps everything you do online hidden from prying eyes, disguising your physical location, and giving you unfettered access to any website or online service, no matter where you live or travel to. Complete online privacy with a 2048-bit encryption key and a 512-bit encryption tunnel. Works with OpenVPN and PPTP you choose. Protects you against your ISP's 6 strikes rule or similar, depending on which country you're in. You get to bypass internet filtering, block websites, geographical restrictions for internet content, and online video worldwide servers in the US, UK, and Asia, and more. ProXPN software for Windows and Mac offers advanced controls, allowing you to select which programs and ports you want to anonymously route through ProXPN servers. So if you're a gamer like me, you can actually route everything except your favorite video game so you don't get banned by accident. ProXPN also works with the iOS and Android device, allows you to connect using your data plan or a public corporate Wi-Fi with complete and total privacy on the go, no app required, and amazing 24/7 customer support. So all I ask you to do is to try this program out. So go to proxpn.com/podcast for more information and to sign up. And remember my show while you're signing up. TQA Weekly watchers and listeners will get a free 30-day risk-free trial where you will get reimbursed if you don't like the program whatsoever, and I highly doubt it. Remember, visit proxpn.com/podcast and sign up with the coupon code TQAWEE. ProXPN premium accounts are normally $9.95 a month, $74.95 for the entire year. We've got a special offer. Use the coupon code TQAWEE and receive 20% off the entire lifetime of your account just for being a TQA Weekly listener or watcher. subscriber. Thank you for watching and listening. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and have an amazing day. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to TQA Weekly. Show your support by liking this episode, subscribe to get our latest episodes as they come out, and share with friends and family who may benefit from such a show as this. You may send us your questions, comments, suggestions, and or stories to ask at tqaweekly.com. For our show notes, links to our Android application, alternate means of subscribing to our show, and information on joining our weekly newsletter, head over to tqaweekly.com. Stay safe and online, and have a great day.